Hi guys, welcome to the 7 days of yoga, where each day we'll be moving to a flow that embodies the spirit of the day. We've made it to Sunday, the day of rest. So today we'll work through a little yin session to slow right down and restore. Whereas Monday is known as the day of the moon, Sunday is of course the day of the sun. Instead of making it feisty and fiery though, use it as a day to relax and restore. That way you can jump into the new week refreshed. You won't need any props for this session. Just meet yourself on the mat exactly where you're at today. Let's go. So let's meet in the middle of the mat. It's completely up to you how you sit for this first part of the session. I'm sitting here in a cross-legged position with a little cushion underneath my bum, as I like to have that lift underneath the sit bones to create more of an anterior tilt in my pelvis. So that's avoiding a roundness in the lower back to kind of slump down. The cushion just elevates you a little bit to give you that height. You're welcome to sit on your knees or in a completely different position. We're going to start here just getting into the breath, slowing everything down and enjoying this Sunday or this day of rest for you. So bring your hands onto your thighs, or you're welcome to place the hands somewhere on your body, completely up to you. Close the eyes. Take a big breath in and a big sigh out. And on those exhales, make a conscious effort to drop the weight of your shoulders and the arms and the hands and the fingers. And again, inhale. Exhale. Final big breath in where you are. Final big breath out. And then come into a more natural breath. Keep the eyes closed. Do a little bit of a body scan from the crown of the head down to the base of the spine and the sit bones. Across the body from one set of fingers to the other. And down the legs all the way to the toes. Notice the speed of your breath. Or if you're breathing only into one particular part of the body, maybe up in the chest, are you able to send it down to the width of the ribs and down to the belly? Relax your face. Soften the forehead and the eyelids. Soften the jaw and the tongue. And separate the back of your teeth. It takes a lot of effort to sit and be still and find a lightness within your seat. But like everything, it's practice and it's a process. And when you get it and when you find it, there's an ease to it. And in this little yin style session, we're just going to stretch out the legs and the hips today. And come back into a little meditation to finish. So start to blink open the eyes. Bring the light back in. And we're going to start lying down on our backs. And we're working into a position called figure of 4. So move the cushion if you had one or a brick. And lie down on your back. And as you lie here on your back, feel the back of the head, the shoulders, the ribs, the base of the spine touch the ground. And you're going to cross your right foot and ankle on top of your left thigh. And then start to lift your left leg up. Keep both of your feet flexed for me. And you only really pull the legs closer towards you if you can keep the base of the spine grounded. So if you find that you're having to lift the hips off the floor and then crunch into your lower back, then don't bring the knees in quite as close towards you. From there, start to weave the hands and the arms through the gap of the legs to either interlace your fingers around the left thigh or perhaps around the left shin if that doesn't cause you any lower back crunching. Flex both of the feet. Reestablish the shoulders back on the floor. Close the eyes. Spread the toes out wide. Think about all the little details of the body in these positions. If you're feeling tension somewhere, try not to shift that tension somewhere else, like your face. Try and keep that open and soft and easy. And really here in this position, what we're trying to do is press the right ankle or the side of the right foot and heel into the left thigh. And at the same time, you're squeezing the left thigh up against that right foot. And all at the same time, you're still trying to tilt the tailbone and the sit bones away from the head and further towards the floor. And if you're kind of doing those three little things, then the right hip / butt cheek and thigh will start to get that juicy stretch around the rotator of that hip. So it's a nice reminder that there's usually so much more kind of going on underneath it all. These are directions of action that we don't see. And the movement that isn't always obvious to a picture, if you were just to look at something. Breathe deeply down into your belly. And then slowly, slowly start to release this right leg. And then hug both of your knees into your chest. You're going to start to rock up and down the length of the spine, up to your sit bones, and then back over to the shoulders. The next time that you roll up, we're going to take it into pigeon. So with that same shin forward, you're going to go for the right shin forward, and the left leg is going to slide down the mat. Now tuck the left toes, and don't let your right butt cheek or your right thigh touch the floor. So you're trying to actually resist the ground a little bit more. Point the left foot eventually, and you can always check it out so that you know that the foot isn't sickling or off to one side. That from your sit bone all the way down the back of the leg, it's like one beautiful line all the way to the toes. Come up onto your fingertips, and do not worry if the right shin isn't that far forward. If your heel is attached to the groin, then you're still working in pigeon. We've just built all slightly differently. Rise up onto your fingertips, inhale, shine your chest forward, and I want you to think about this left hip. Try and pull that left hip a little bit further forward to square your hips up, so that we end up getting that same beautiful stretch in the same spot around the outside of the right hip and thigh and glutes. Now you are welcome to stay up on your fingertips, stay higher. If you think, you know what, this is hitting the sweet spot for me, then stay there. Otherwise, you can walk your fingers a little bit further forward. You can lower down onto the forearms. Maybe even the forehead can come down. What I also like to do is bend the elbows and place the head into the hands. So there's a few little options that you can take for a couple of minutes here. Notice the sensation. Take your time to drink it in. The feeling. It's good not to associate a certain emotion to that feeling, like oh, this is a good feeling or this is a bad feeling. Just take it in. Maybe the sensation is starting to move around the body, up the spine, or further down the leg. This is that gradual stretch, or that gradual movement of the connective tissue, the fascia of the body, which is almost like the glue that holds us together. It's wrapped around everything, this fascia, this connective tissue. And like glue, if you don't move it, then it can stick. But if you keep this very, very subtle movement going, even with these long holds, then it starts to loosen up a little bit, and it starts to open up, and we become a little bit more mobile over time. Take one more big breath in where you are. Exhale. Start to walk your hands back up towards the right shin. And then here is where you can absolutely start to slide over onto the right thigh. Swing your left leg forward. Shoot both of the legs out in front of you. Maybe you need to really wiggle the right toes, let the blood come back into it. And then you're going to lie back down onto your spine again. Take a moment just to lie here with the legs long and the arms down by your sides. This is rebound. So when we work into a yin practice, we have these rebound positions in between big poses to let the body absorb the sensation and what just happened, to let the blood rush back into all those little corners of the body, all the way down to the toes. For us to come back into our breath and have this sort of neutrality again. To notice the movement. And then start to bend the knees and cross your left foot and ankle on top of your right thigh. Flex the feet, spread the toes, lift the right leg up, and then through the gap of the legs you can grab hold of the right thigh or the right shin. Root the back of the head, the shoulders, and the base of the spine to the floor. And of course, you're going to add in a little bit of movement here, like a rock or a gentle circle. And then take a final breath in where you are here. Exhale, release your shin, release the legs, hug your knees into your chest and start to rock and roll up the length of your spine, up to your sit bones, and then back over to the shoulders. And the next time that you come up, we go into our pigeon. Left shin forward, right leg long down the mat. Tuck the right toes, rise up onto your fingertips, adjust the hips. You're trying to get both of the hip bones to look forward. And then you're welcome to point the back foot down eventually. Stay exactly where you are, or you can walk forward, maybe come down onto your forearms, perhaps the head lands in the hands. Now you may feel completely different on this side to how you did on the other side. That is so normal, and it might look a little bit different as well. What's so nice is we have the time with this style of practice to think about it and to observe ourselves and to think perhaps why that is. Is it something to do with my habits, the shoes I wear, the side I walk on first, the side I put my bag over my shoulder, etc. So these little things, or it's just the way that we are, and that is totally fine. So as always, as we kind of are towards the end of the week and the beginning of a new one, take this time to shower a little bit of appreciation over yourself. Maybe it's been a really tough week. Maybe it's been pretty easygoing and a fun one. yourself a break. Drop any pressure or any expectation you have to achieve or anything in particular. Just be. And you've given yourself this time to show up on the mat, to your body, to your mind, to yourself. Well done. And take about 3 more nice long breaths where you are. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Final breath in. Final breath out. Walk your hands back up. Start to slide over to your left thigh. Slide the legs forward out in front of you. And from here, we're just going to come back into our little meditation that we did right at the beginning. So you're welcome to actually finish this in a child's pose if you prefer. You can have the feet together behind you, bum down onto your heels, and rest your head down maybe onto your hands. Or you can come into a cross-legged or a kneeling position to finish off here. Once you are there and you're ready, close your eyes. Place the hands wherever feels most comfortable for you. If you're seated, sit nice and tall, head over the shoulders, shoulders over the hips. And do that little body scan once again. From the crown of the head down to the sit bones. From the left hand to the right hand. And the right foot to the left foot. Watch your breath. Hopefully more freely move around your body. So we can hold ourselves here with a lightness and with an ease, with an acceptance, an openness and a willingness to grow and keep going. Final deep breath in together. And a final big breath out. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this wee little yin session to close off the week and begin a new one. Thank you for joining me if you were here for the whole week. Or if you did them all, they're always here for you whenever you need them. Thanks for joining. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe, and tell all of your friends about me and my work. If you want a little bit more of what I do and you want full-length yin classes and full-length vinyasa classes, then head over to my website, alistrayyoga.com, and I've got a great membership offer there, especially at the moment, or keep an eye out as I often do put a few offers on there as well. So thanks for joining once again. Have a wonderful week. Take care.